Well, hello there, everyone. I'd like to tell you all a story. It's a story about dicks. You heard me right. It's the penis. So let me begin to... What did you just say? Did you say dicks? Yes, you did. That's strange. Well, yeah, dicks. That's the story. There was a problem in Jerusalem and the neighboring cities and towns and such. Some individuals were teaching that in order to be saved, you had to be circumcised. And we all know that's not true. So Paul and Barnabas and the other apostles gathered in Jerusalem to talk it over. It happened a long, long time ago.
Well, it wasn't so long ago, I lied again.
I don't know.
But it was back in Jerusalem, which is an ancient city. Anyways, these three men, Richard, Ricky, and Ricardo, you can all call them Dick if you'd like, they were all sitting around talking about things.
So essentially, I think that the Gentiles need to be circumcised.
Why would we have them do that? It hurts.
It hurts a lot, but it's the law of the penis.
Wouldn't think it was too hard. Just cut it or don't. But anyways, they kept talking until a man named Peter, thus the insinuation, got up and said something.
If God granted salvation to the Gentiles through grace, then why would we have them do anything to try to win their salvation? And of all things, circumcision.
Well, it sounds simple when Peter put it that way. But of course, he is a Peter. Anyways, if you're a Dick, you think that way. And Peter was a Peter. Anyways, the people didn't listen to him much. So they kept arguing. And then, finally, we go back to the three men.
If they cut my winker, they're sure as heck gonna cut everybody else's pee-pee.
But what about the Holy Spirit falling on the Gentiles?
Nobody cared about the Holy Spirit. That's so sad. He always gets left out of the church, doesn't he? Anyways, finally, James spoke up.
So, here's the story. Y'all know... Let's listen up, sir. You know that I am a wise man, and... Hello, Jonathan. Good to see you. I'm glad you came today.
Don't cut my wiener. Please don't cut it.
You look so scared. I'm not going to cut it. You're a Gentile, but that's fine.
It's not very big. I can't lose anything else.
So anyways, I'm talking about my speech here. I think it's necessary to understand that the Gentiles don't have to get their cut.
Thank God, it's so small.
That might be true, Jonathan, but size doesn't matter. Especially when you're circumcised. But we're not talking about
This guy keeps talking. I'm so sick of him. Where's Peter? He was funny.
But my name's James, and I'm telling you, this is how it is. The Gentiles don't have to be circumcised. However, they should abstain from some things like blood strangled from animals and things of that sort. I think it's important, but we don't touch the...
Hello, this is Jonathan. Somebody's touching my penis.
Poor Jonathan. But just in the luck of time, they figured this all out. James, he solved the problem, and they decided to write up a letter. A letter that said you didn't have to be circumcised. Thank the penis. Anyways, they decided to send this letter out. It had some rules, but the main thing, the story that I'm telling, is that your penis, you didn't need to be cut no more. Here's the boys delivering the letter. Let's listen in.
So I'm so glad we got that sorted out, although I must say I am chafing on the inner thigh. It is hotter than Hades.
I heard that one man, Silas, bled for a month after circumcision.
I'm so glad I'm not being circumcised. Man, I wish that I could... Excuse me, never mind.
Oh, it's so hot in here.
Well, anyway, Silas, he bled for a month and tried to ice it. And then he ran out of ice and it started bleeding again.
Yeah, I would hate to get that foreskin of mine cut. It's so puffy and nice as it is.
The gospel's gonna be so much more powerful now that nobody's penis will be bleeding.
I'll say.
Well, I'm glad my penis isn't bleeding now. It's so hot out here.
Be horrid.
Needless to say, these men were great delivery men. They eventually got the letter out to everyone, and everyone stopped cutting their penises. And that ends my penis story. But that's not the end of the conflict. The conflict continues with all these biblical characters. Men of God, haha, you're right. Anyways, here are Paul and Barnabas battling it out over some fat guy named Mark. I don't understand it, but needless to say, they got into a bit of a tiff. Let's see the argument now.
Look, Mark is just a niffy poofy, and I don't like him very much anymore. That's it. Sorry.
You just don't like the way he dresses. I happen to like Mark a lot. Look at him, he's a big ball of clay. I just want to rub all about him in his rolls.
That might be true. He is a good ball of clay, but his shoes are so not stylish. I don't want to be with him anymore. Let's just part ways and go separate ways. That's what I think. What do you think, huh?
You know what? I'm out of this conversation. Talk to the hand because the face doesn't understand.
Whatever, whore.
And so that's the end of the narrative. Paul and Barnabas going their separate ways. And here we end our story.